Hello everyone and welcome to our channel Homeopathy World. I am Dr. Samina and in today's lecture we are going to discuss the Prohibition of Child Marriage Act 2006. So before going ahead with the act, we have to know the difference between act and rules. So what is an act? An act is a law that is passed by the legislature or assembly. It is with the intention of law describing complete applicability with provisions to fines, penalties and punishment. So, when a particular law is passed through the legislature or the assembly and in the parliament in the presence of the president, it becomes an act. And along with this law, when there is applicability of the fines, penalties and punishments, the law becomes an act. So now what are rules? Rules are something which helps the government to govern the laws. So these are secondary in nature and do not have an independent existence. The guidelines which provide smooth functioning of the citizens of the country. Now, for example, you have to understand that rules are generalized. It is applicable to all, while act is applicable to a certain category of people. So that is the difference between act and rules. Now let us start with the Prohibition of Child Marriage Act 2006. The title, as it is called, is the Prohibition of Child Marriage Act 2006, and it extends to whole India except for the state of Jammu and Kashmir. It is also applicable to the citizens of India without or beyond India. That means even if the Indian citizens are residing outside India and are not staying within India, it is applicable to them also, provided that nothing contained in this act shall be applied to the state of Pondicherry. So the state of Pondicherry is having different rules regarding this particular act. So it is not applicable to the state of Pondicherry. Now, commencement. The act came into existence or commenced on 10th January 2007. It shall come into force on the date when the central government by notification to the official gazette appoint, and different dates may be appointed in different states. What are the important definitions in this particular act? So in this act, unless the context says otherwise, whenever we speak of a child, that means we are speaking of a person who, if male, has not completed 21 years of age, and if a female has not completed 18 years of age. Now, whenever we speak of a child marriage, that means a marriage in which either of the contracting parties is a child. And contracting party, what do you mean by contracting parties? That means either of the parties whose marriage is or about to be conducted. Child Marriage Prohibition Officer. It includes the Child Marriage Prohibition Officer under subsection 1 of section 16. So whatever is given for the Child Marriage Prohibition Officer in the section 16 is applicable to this particular officer. Now, who is a minor? A minor means a person who, under the provision of Majority Act 1875, 9th Act of 1875, is deemed not to have attained majority. So what is the Majority Act of 1875? Every person domiciled in India, whoever is domiciled, that is staying, residing in India, shall attain the age of majority on completion of 18 years of age and not before. Now you have to understand the difference between minor and major and being a child. Now, every citizen of India who is residing in India should complete 18 years to become a major. And until and unless that particular person is 18 years, that person is called a minor. Okay? So above 18 years, major. Below 18 years, minor. Now that was the difference of minor and major. Now child. The definition of child, when you see, a girl who has not attained 18 years of age is a child, while a boy who has not attained 21 years of age is a child. So a boy can be a major but still be a child. Understood? He can be of 19 years of age. That means he is major. But he can be less than 21. That means he is still a child. Okay? So that was the difference. Now, child marriage to be voidable at the option of the contracting party being a child. Now, child marriage, when is it called child marriage or when is it voidable? When either of the contracting party is being a child. Okay, so every child marriage solemnized, that is conducted before or after the commencement of this act, shall be voidable if the contracting party is a child. Okay, so any child marriage before or after the commencement of the act, even if the child marriage happened before 2006 10th January, then also this particular act will deem that particular marriage voidable. Now, petition for annulling the child marriage by the decree of annulment may be filed at the district court only by the contracting party to the marriage who was a child during the marriage. So now a petition for annulling the marriage, annulment is to make the marriage null. Okay, null is something which never happened. By the decree of annulment may be filed at the district court only by the contracting party, only by the person who was child during the marriage. The adult party cannot file the petition. Okay, so let's go further with child marriage is voidable if at the time of filling the petition, the petitioner is a minor. The petition may be filled through a guardian, a friend, or along with the child marriage prohibition officer. To file a petition, you have to be a major. So now, since the petitioner is a minor, the petition may be filed through a guardian, that is family members, parents, or a friend, or along with the child marriage prohibition officer. Now, the petition may be filed under this section any time before the petitioner or the child contracting party, whoever is the child in this particular marriage, completes 2 years of attaining majority. So, suppose if the girl is 15 years of age while she was getting married, and she can file a petition even when she's 19 years of age, because she hasn't completed 2 years of attaining majority. She attains majority at 18 years of age. So she can file a petition until she is 20 years of age. Marriage of a minor child to be void in certain circumstances, that is, when the child being a minor is taken or enticed out of keeping of the guardian. That is, if the child is being kidnapped and then is forced to get married with an adult. In second scenario, the child is forced or compelled by any deceitful means, by pointing a gun at that child or forcefully compelling the child to marry an adult. Or in the third scenario, where the child is sold for the purpose of marriage, or child trafficking or human trafficking for immoral purposes. What is the offense under this act? Offenses under this act are cognizable and non-bailable. Now, what is cognizable? Cognizable is something which doesn't need a warrant. So, if a police officer wants to arrest a person who is conducting or who is getting a child to marry that adult, the police officer can arrest that person without a warrant. Where a police officer can arrest any person without a warrant is called cognizable, and non-bailable is that person will not get a bail under this offense. Okay, they cannot be let out without the court procedures. Now, child marriage to be voidable at the option of contracting party being a child by granting the degree of nullity District court shall order both the contracting parties to return to the other party money, valuables, ornaments, and other gifts received at the time of marriage, or an amount equivalent to it. So, when this particular marriage is nullified, when it is nulled, the district court can order the contracting parties to return the gifts, the money, the ornaments, the valuables, whatever was given to each other, or an amount that is equivalent to it. The provisions for maintenance and residence of a female contracting party to child marriage. So, if at all the female contracting party is a minor, in this case, the male contracting party of the child marriage, where male is minor, his parent or guardian has to pay the maintenance to the female contracting party until she remarries. The maintenance payable is determined by the court in regard to the needs of the female contracting party, her lifestyle, and the income of either of the parties. So, provision for maintenance and residence of this female contracting party to the child marriage. The amount that has to be paid to the female contracting party can be paid monthly or can be paid as a one-time settlement. A lump sum amount can be given. In some cases, the district court may also take suitable arrangements for the residence of female contracting party until she remarries. Suppose if her parents had forced her into this marriage and this minor girl has filed a petition, and if she comes into the court and she says that her parents also forced her into the marriage, so she cannot be safe with her guardians also. So the court has to make or can make the suitable arrangement for her residence until the time she remarries. Okay. So what about the custody and maintenance of the children in child marriages? So suppose if a minor girl marries an adult male and there is a child with that marriage. So what happens with the children in these child marriages? So the district court will make the appropriate order of the custody of the children in the child marriage. The welfare and the best interest of the children is considered. The court may also give both the parties access to the child and may pass appropriate order to provide maintenance to the child. What about the legitimacy of the child? Will the child be called legitimate or illegitimate? So every child conceived before the decree is made, that is in 2006, 10 January 2006, shall be deemed legitimate for all purposes, because the act was not applicable by that time. After 2006, whoever gets married illegally under this act, the child whoever comes into existence will be deemed illegitimate. The court in which the petition can be made, any district court where the defendant or the petitioner resides, or where the marriage was solemnized or conducted, or where the parties last resided together, or the petitioner is residing at present. All these places the district court is available as a court where the petition can be made. What about the punishments under this act? So a punishment to the male adult marrying a female child. So suppose a male is above 18 years of age, so he is a major, shall be punishable with rigorous imprisonment which may extend to 2 years and a fine of 1 lakh rupees or both. So a punishment of solemnizing the marriage. So who solemnizes the marriage? The religious people, the religious heads, whoever solemnize, whoever conduct the marriage or directs the marriage. There is a rigorous imprisonment for 2 years and 1 lakh rupees fine unless he proves that he thought or he had a reason to believe that either parties are not child. Now what is a punishment for promoting or permitting solemnization of the child marriage? So suppose if some XYZ person is invited to the marriage and is attending such marriage where the child is marrying an adult. So what is the punishment for that particular person? So any person having charge of the child, like parent, guardian, or any other person, or member of the association. So suppose if this particular child is in an orphanage or is a member of this association or organization who does any act to promote these type of marriages or permit to be solemnized, conducted, or fails to prevent it, or even if they fail to stop it, including attending the marriages or participating in the marriages, will be punishable with 2 years imprisonment and 1 lakh rupees fine. In these cases, no woman shall be imprisoned. So what is the power of court in these type of cases under this act? So under this act, the judicial magistrate has a power that any marriage arranged or to be solemnized can issue an injunction on any member to prohibit the marriage or to be considered void immediately. Now, what is the difference between being null and being void? Now, being null is something which have never existed, so that is null, and being void means something which has existed but is made to non-exist. So it is destroyed or it is made to not exist anymore. So that is being void. So what is repeal and savings of this particular act? So this particular act, the Prohibition of Child Marriage Act itself, is a repeal of the act called the Child Marriage Restraint Act, which was commenced in year 1929. And now it is repealed as the Prohibition of Child Marriage Act in 2006. That particular act, the Child Marriage Restraint Act 1929, was that the girls should be at least 14 years of age and the boy should have attained 18 years of age, and this particular act was commenced on 28th September 1929 and then was repealed in 2006 and now is called as the Prohibition of Child Marriage Act. So this was all about the Child Marriage Act, and now we have understood that this act is to provide for the prohibition of solemnization of the child marriages and for the matters connected or concerned with it. So if you have understood this act properly, you might be able to answer few of these questions. So here there are 6 questions that are to be answered. So if you know the answers to these questions, please answer in the comment section below. If you have any doubts regarding this act, please do comment. Please like, share and subscribe to our channel and click on the bell icon to get the notification on our latest updates. Thank you for watching the video.